The apparitions of Garabandal are among the most debated contemporary Marian apparitions, yet also among the most remarkable and full of profound theological meaning. During the apparitions, which lasted from 1961 to 1967, four Spanish shepherdesses experienced them. The strange thing about the apparitions was not only the unearthly light that illuminated the surrounding mountains, nor the words of the Lady of the Message, which announced imminent punishment for sinners and graces for the just. No, the strangest thing about them were the games and laughter of the girls, but also the innocent questions they asked the Virgin. We know that when we pray, we should do so with simplicity and humility. But in Garabandal, this seems to have taken on a new meaning. When Conchita told the Virgin that her father had gone to Madrid, she wanted to know if he would return home soon. And the Virgin answered, "Yes, your father will come back tomorrow." And so it happened. But perhaps the most intriguing incident occurred when the Virgin asked Conchita to hold her son, Jesus. "Oh, how beautiful," said Conchita then. "I want to make him laugh." So she threw little pebbles at the child Jesus, and he burst into laughter. In response, Conchita's brother-in-law, Don Eliso, approached the Virgin and gave her a white stone. "Oh, how pretty," she said, picking it up and caressing it before placing it on the altar of the chapel. She then turned to Conchita and instructed her to distribute the stone to various individuals. As Don Eliso left, the Blessed Virgin instructed Conchita to give him a piece of bread she had at hand. However, Conchita couldn't break the bread because it was hard. The Virgin then told her, "Don't worry, I am here." She broke the bread herself, giving some pieces to Conchita and instructing her to give them to those present. Many people were there, including Conchita's parents, sisters, brothers, and relatives. Later, the Blessed Virgin asked the children to take the crucifixes they had and kiss them, which they did. Then they all went to bed. In this video, we'll dive deeper into the apparitions of Garabandal and the incredible stories of how the Blessed Virgin caused thousands of rosaries, medals, scapulars, and even wedding rings to be kissed. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of our videos. Let's dive in. According to the testimony of Conchita, Mari Loli, Jacinta, and Mari Cruz, the Virgin kissed numerous rosaries, medals, scapulars, crucifixes, and even wedding rings that were placed on the altar or near them. There were so many things brought to be kissed that we lost count of them, Conchita said. How did this start? Well, after the Blessed Virgin kissed the white stone, she told Conchita to give it to Don Eliso. After receiving the stone, Don Eliso felt compelled to leave immediately. And a priest named Father Victor, who was staying at Conchita's house, decided to accompany him. Soon, word spread about the Virgin's presence in Garabandal, drawing many people to the village and all wanting to touch and kiss the Virgin. Every day more and more people came to Garabandal, bringing religious articles to be blessed by the Virgin. When they left, they carried with them the Virgin's kisses and blessings. Who could resist such a desire? Even though they had no idea whose objects they would be returning, the girls were able to do so without making a single mistake. They knew exactly where each item belonged. You think about it, this was truly a miracle. The girls didn't know anyone's name, nor did they know where any of the houses were. Yet they managed to deliver every item to the right person. Indeed, what happened in Garabandal remains a source of wonder and debate. Could it have been a mass delusion or something more? We'll let you decide. But one thing's for sure, it's a story that will continue to fascinate us for generations to come. According to eyewitnesses, the spectacle unfolded as follows. People arrived at the girls' homes and left the objects on chairs, tables, or the ground near the houses. They left because the girls were in ecstasy and couldn't see anything. Once the ecstasy ended, Conchita would wake up and find many articles placed next to her bed. The other girls would do the same. Sometimes they found objects in the middle of the room or near the door. Although the objects were left in a haphazard manner during the ecstasy, the girls would organize them by type, separating rosaries, medals, scapulars, etc. Before distributing them, they would ask permission to do so. Some people objected because they wanted the Virgin to kiss more objects, but this was impossible due to time constraints. After all, the girls could only distribute the objects when they were awake. Therefore, those present understood that this was a unique opportunity and took advantage of it. It wasn't unusual for several thousand objects to be kissed in a single day, creating a chaotic scene and even generating discomfort among those present. In her memoirs, Conchita recalls that the disarray of the objects sometimes led to amusing situations. For example, once she found a man's shoe filled with religious medals. She took them out, placed them in a pile with others, and kept them until the end of the ecstasy. When she went to distribute them, she discovered that she couldn't find the owner of the shoe. This caused quite a stir as everyone searched for the man who had entrusted his medals to the Virgin. However, everything was resolved when Conchita saw a group of people and shouted, "Here are your medals, sir." The man was surprised because he hadn't told anyone which medals he had placed there, and neither had he mentioned the shoe. He confirmed that the medals were his and thanked Conchita for returning them. Overall, Conchita described the experience of distributing the articles as tiring, but also incredibly satisfying. She mentions that during these moments, she didn't feel like herself, but rather that a force greater than her own guided her steps. In essence, according to her account, she acted as a mere instrument of the Virgin's will. The apparitions of Garabandal were a significant event in the lives of thousands of people. And although the Catholic Church recognized them as supernatural, the testimonies of those who experienced them continue to captivate and inspire millions worldwide. This channel explores various topics related to religion and spirituality, including the apparitions of the Virgin Mary in different parts of the world. If you're interested in learning more about these apparitions or other Marian apparitions, please click on the video that appears above or below. Thank you for watching.